Okay, here is Ral Monsoon Mage for Brawl. I'm Rabble Master, aka Alan, and I just want to talk about a commander who I think is really sick. I've been loving these MH3 these creatures that turn into planeswalkers based on meeting a condition. I think are cool. That said, if you have if you have been on Magic Arena and you've clicked on Brawl, it's it's a Nadu fest out there, and I had to cut a lot of games from this video of me either just losing to Nadu or Nadu just completely going off too fast. So know that this was edited. I do lose some games in this video still, but to be honest, it was a very kind of rough recording session grabbing these games. But Raul does have a lot of really sweet stuff that we are going to do in this video. It's super easy to kind of know what to do with Raul. Just play him, and then hopefully on your turn maybe hit these one mana cards are a great way. Turn 3, play them, and then hopefully flip into the Planeswalker is kind of the best case scenario. But beyond that, we're just playing the normal blue-red stuff, Stern Scolding. Super good. Kind of just all around generally countering mana dorks. Witness Protection is some of my favorite removal. Spikefield Hazard, Strike It Rich, just sorceries that give us some early ramp. Maybe Arcane Bombardment has had its time kind of in the sun past, but I really wanted this card to go off. The one time I draw it in this video, I discard it, so spoilers there. But yeah, when Raul goes off, he's sick. It is a frustrating time in Brawl right now with Nadu, and that's straight up. But enjoy these videos because I didn't have fun making them, but I enjoyed these particular games, even the ones I lose. Anyway, I'll be back for game one. All right. Ral Monsoon Mage here, taking on Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. A pretty powerful commander here, but we do have some early ramp into Inti, so I'll go ahead and keep this. I think I'll start here just on Command Tower and take this turn 1 opportunity to make a treasure and strike it rich. And we'll see what Emoti has here. So now, turn 2, we're sitting here on 3 mana. But in this case, I think I want to hold up, keep this treasure token, and maybe get out the turn 3 Chandra. So opponent here is going to be looking to get this Lotus Cobra down and follow it up with an island. Okay. So here opponent could go up to 5 mana if they go Land, Cobra, and Elvish Mystic. So I think my first priority now is just going to be to kill this Lotus Cobra.
Let's do this.
And try to keep them off of Emoti next turn. I'm going to hold Ral back to protect Chandra here so they can't kill it with the Elvish Mystic. And River's Rebuke is going to be awesome. God Eternal Kefnet is cool. And I think I want to set up as much as I can before playing this River's Rebuke.
Yup, you're going down.
So I'm going to lead on Inti. And play this island. We'll just discard this Mystic Sanctuary. Actually, I already played a land, so that was just a bad choice. So I don't think I'm going to discard anything. But I do want to get out this God Eternal Kepnet. And so what I'm hoping for opponent is next turn they're just going to play their Emoti and cycle into something, or cascade into something that's not too big of a problem for me. Llanowar Elves, obviously fine. So, not going to reveal Hall of the Storm Giants here. But I do want to just River's Rebuke everything they have off the board here.
This is gonna hurt.
And now we get our first Ral Monsoon Mage flip. And we'll see how lucky I am. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to flip him into the Planeswalker.
No one controls me anymore. I'm my own man.
Ral, shut up. But good job, you won. And we'll be back for game 2. Okay, taking on Mythweaver Pock here. I'm going to be honest. This is a game where I might scoop kind of early. If you've never seen this commander, he's only on Alchemy. He's incredibly obnoxious. His power and toughness are equal to the lands you control, and then when you make a land, he copies a land for free as a landfall trigger. Just incredibly broken and dumb. Blood Moon is not going to help me against him at all. But we're going to play it. And if they try to go for maybe a mana elf, then it would be great to Stern Scolding. Just like Druid of the Cal. I'm going to get Steam Vents here. And Scolding out that Mana Dork. So turn 2, I could play the Ornithopter or Ral. I actually want to go for the Ornithopter here. I think as much as I can get ahead of a mono green deck. Yeah, they didn't like that. Alright. Icarus here is on Zimone and Dina. And looking at this hand, no 1-drop. You always wish you had Ragavan, but was not to be this time. So opponent's going to play Underground Mortuary and get their Surveil on. Which is actually such a great idea that I think I want to do that. Ornithopter of Paradise I don't think is going to play a big role this game, so I'll just Surveil it to the graveyard. So I think I want to lead on the Malevolent Hermit. It's just a creature that if they want to kill, they're going to really hate doing that. Lotus Cobra. So here, I just want to get Lelia down and start swinging. They do not have the ability to trade for the Lelia here. And I imagine they're just going to want to take 5. Or trade for the Hermit is an interesting choice. We'll see. Opponent reading Malevolent Hermit. Black market connections. Time Warp is pretty sick, for sure. Oh, and actually, we're going to get to go Inti. And we'll just discard this island. And hit that land is sweet. And this is kind of opponent's turn to try something, because next turn we're just going to be able to time warp them right out this game if they don't kill these creatures. The opponent taking the full, actually not the full 6 damage. They made a creature and made a treasure. So opponent here on either 4 or 5 mana, depending on if they have another land, on 5. So they're going to play the Elvish Rejuvenator. One thing to watch too is manually tapping these lands. Maybe a blue-green or a blue-black counterspell? Yeah, I think they're definitely representing a counterspell. If they're not, they got me. So I'm going to start by running this Hermit back out. Or running him out as the Benevolent Geist. And so now this Into the Royal is now not counterable. And I actually don't want to discard anything here. But we still get something off of Lelia. Fatal Push the Lelia. So I could return her to hand, or I could just try to mess with them more with this Into the Royal, and I think unfortunately I'm just going to let her die. O'Hare Axonal, just going to stay in exile, unfortunate. So, next turn, we could go Ral into Time Warp if we draw a land. And here's Zamon and Dina. And they can't tap to do the sacrifice yet. And Elvish Visionary. That should be fine. So, to use my mana efficiently, I could Into the Royal something and then just Time Warp. Or I could try to play Ral and then go Ral and use the discount to play Time Warp after I hit a land, and I get a couple chances at it with Inti. Yeah, I think I want to try that. Pact of Negation, horrible draw, of course. But we'll start and see if we can hit that other land. Discard the Pact. And we did. Awesome. So now we get to go Polluted Delta.
Talent like mine deserves respect.
He's so loud, dude. And we'll see if this works. We're going to take another turn. And we're 2 for 2 on flipping flipping Raoul.
A new world has given me so many new ideas.
Oh, and we get to deal 2 damage divided.
Let me know if this hurts.
And now, Goldspan Dragon. I'll discard this Blink of an Eye. It's literally the same card as Into the Royal.
Slinging spells is so easy.
And so they're going to go to 1 life temporarily, but we can kick Into the Royal on their next turn. Oh, and actually, with Zamone and Dina, I'm going to actually kick them right now. Because drawing their second card, they're going to gain life. Which I completely mistimed that. But we'll see what they got. Because they can't counter this. Hydroid Crisis. So they know that leaves them dead on board.
This is a major setback.
It's really not, Raoul. We're about to just swing and kill them. Good game. I won. You know that means I had fun. And that always feels great. We'll see who has more 1 mana removal spells in this game to kill this 2/1. There's their Fiery Impulse, sure. I play my tap land. And they play their Ragavan Dashed, which I will use my cheap removal on. And once Ragavan costs 3, it's really just like a step below in terms of power level.
Just once I wouldn't mind a little sunshine.
And here we're gonna try to get the Raoul flip. And I do need to get a red, but I don't want to take extra damage. But I need the red. And we do get to make the Planeswalker here.
No one controls me anymore. I'm my own man.
I'll just drop this Rift. And drop this. Drop this Axonal, I think. Next turn,
Testing
when we
is
get
ahead
the
of
Cryptic
schedule.
Coat down, we'll be able to use the -2. We were going
Trade.
to.
Just like before.
So we're drawing a lot of cheap removal, which is sweet. But in this case, it looks like they might have another lightning bolt. Also, don't play Mana Confluence in your mono red deck. This is, unless I don't know what this opponent is doing. I'm just gonna play Cryptic Code, I guess. Just don't. So Lelia, if she flips, is gonna be kind of a pretty sick way to get some card advantage out of nowhere. But here, I just want to deal 2 damage and destroy an artifact with this Prismari command. And we beat Ragavan. That wasn't the best game in the world, but truthfully, I've just had a long, horrible few games today, so I'm uploading whatever I can get. GG, Ragavan. Play Skydiver, play Hermit, keep Counterspell up, or just get Ral down. And I think in this case, it's just going to be to play Ral, and then maybe bolt their next play. Llanowar Loam Speaker is a perfect play to Lightning Bolt. And we'll see, we're rolling the dice. And by dice, I mean flipping the coin. And we do get to flip Ral here, so that's awesome.
Prepare to be amazed beyond your imagination.
So we don't have a blue permanent. We'll just hit that +1.
Testing is ahead of schedule.
And next turn they'll get to play Gwenna. But I think I'm fine getting them down under, letting them get her down underneath the counterspell. And so I think I'm going to start here by swinging for 2, and if they decide to eat the Hermit, then they get hit by a Ral, so good on them for not doing that. But I really want to... Oh, I guess I can't. Oh. Okay, now I can.
Supercharged and super ready.
Now I can kick this into the Royal and hopefully grab a land here, which we do. Perfect. And pass back. Allosaurus Shepherd, gonna keep stuff from being countered. Pretty annoying here, for sure. But we'll play this as a land and pay 3 life. And we'll deal 1 to the Shepherd, and 1 to their face.
Lightning always strikes twice.
And now we can keep up Phantom Interference, Counterspell, and Skydiver. And feel pretty good about sitting behind a mono green deck with multiple counterspells. And River's Rebuke in hand, so... Ronus the Indomitable. You know, I think Ronus is fine. He's just going to get swept up in the River's Rebuke next turn. Flourishing Bloomkin. And so we'll see if they want to eat this Hermit, and it looks like they do. We'll definitely sack it to protect Ral here. Alright, and we'll take our turn. So, now is the time we're going to go for the River's Rebuke.
Tickling pays off.
And just kind of clean reset the board there. If you've never seen Brittle Blast, it's perpetual mechanic, which means all their cards in the future will have this exile clause when they die. Nyxbloom Ancient is terrifying. And so I think
Testing is ahead of schedule.
lucky for my opponent, I'm actually just going to use the Cyclonic Rift to send that back to hand. And I can't really do too much more beyond that, sitting on 5 mana. Aside from Counterspell, keep up Brittle Blast. Buena is fine. So they're going to play Ronus again. And I just want to roast this Buena. Alright, so we'll just keep hitting +1.
Supercharged and super ready.
Play this out and counterspell for whatever creature they can play that lets Ronus attack. Which for sure means this Fading Hope. Yeah, actually instead of countering, I just want to Fading Hope here. And so, getting the Geist down meant I can now deal 2.
Let me know if this hurts.
And draw a card there. Play out this mountain. And we'll see if their play is just to run out Nyxbloom Ancient again, which I definitely hope it is, because then I can get them with this Phantom Interference. Flourishing Bloomkin. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and pay for all of these. And so now this Ronus is going to get to attack. So we can just jump. So we'll deal 2 again and draw.
I'm not messing around here.
So we're really drawing just so many lands right now. In this case, I think I'm free to make some devils. And swing for 2. And whatever just big green Nyx Bloom Ancient Idiot creature they have, I have Counterspell for. Which means this one. I really would like to stop drawing lands here at some point. But in the meantime, we can just chump with these devils. And deal 2 to our opponent. So Rush of Inspiration here. We're going to get to draw 2 and discard 1. Blood Moon looking real bad. And do I want to cash in this Ral now? I think I do.
Failure finds me even here. Let me know if this hurts.
So I'll play the Castle Vantress. And replay Ral.
Chance of storms today? 100%.
I think I'll just get in with the Geist. We're really kind of not feeling great here. After drawing so many lands in a row, and Blood Moon really just not being it. So here, we're just going to chump the 7/7, deal 1 to our opponent. Oh man, this is this is getting kind of painful. Play that land, because we need to use Otawara most likely to bounce something. We might need this just to chump block. Play out the Arcane Signet. And we'll just see what they have for us here. So we're probably going to have to double chump Ruins Recluse. Okay, so if we want to win next turn, we're going to have to get rid of that. Llanowar Tribe. And the Roar of Challenge means we're going to have to bounce this Gwenna. So, 14, 19, we definitely have to chump here. Okay, so my thoughts are we need to deal with this Recluse and somehow get to 5 damage. And so does flipping Ral do that? Or does having another flyer do that? And I think that flipping Ral is going to be that choice for me. I definitely wanted to set an upkeep stop there. but I forgot to hit control. Is there anything else I can do here? Nope, there's not. GG Gwenna. We'll see who has more 1-mana removal spells in this game to kill this 2-1. There's their Fiery Impulse, sure. I play my tap land. And they play their Ragavan Dashed, which I will use my cheap removal on. And once Ragavan costs 3, it's really just like a step below in terms of power level.
Just once I wouldn't mind a little sunshine.
And here we're gonna try to get the Ral flip. And I do need to get a red, but I don't want to take extra damage. But I need the red. And we do get to make the Planeswalker here.
No one controls me anymore. I'm my own man.
I'll just drop this Rift. And drop this. Drop this Axonal, I think. Next turn,
Testing
when we
is
get
ahead
the
of
Cryptic
schedule.
Coat down, we'll be able to use the -2. Or we were going to.
Trade. Just like before.
So we're drawing a lot of cheap removal, which is sweet. But in this case, it looks like they might have another Lightning Bolt. Also, don't play Mana Confluence in your mono red deck. This is, unless I don't know what this opponent is doing. I'm just gonna play Cryptic Code, I guess. Just don't. So Lelia, if she flips, is gonna be kind of a pretty sick way to get some card advantage out of nowhere. But here, I just want to deal 2 damage and destroy an artifact with this Prismari command. And we beat Ragavan. That wasn't the best game in the world, but truthfully, I've just had a long, horrible few games today, so I'm uploading whatever I can get. GG Ragavan.